Hi, my name is Derek, and I'm the founder and CEO of Cosm Medical. We're an early stage startup with a vision to become the world leaders in precision gynecological devices by improving 1 million lives by 2030. If we've never met before, you're probably wondering, why is a dude like me starting a women's health company? Half the story is I'm an ex-engineer turned general manager with a successful private equity-backed exit in urological diagnostics. The other half of the story involves my grandmother. That's a picture of me and my grandma before we moved to Canada from Hong Kong. And while I was working in the field, my grandmother suffered from pelvic floor disorders, and I couldn't get her the care I thought she deserved. Now, my grandma's not alone. This is a group of conditions that affect half of all women by the time they reach 80. They include pelvic organ prolapse, urinary and fecal incontinence, which currently affect 500 million women globally. Now, women's health and aging health are both drastically underserved with clear unmet market needs and are projected to grow at over 15% CAGR. Adult diapers surpasses baby diaper sales in many countries and attributes for 7% of all landfill waste in North America. There's physical therapy. The fastest growing subsegment in physical therapy is pelvic health and has variable and limited effectiveness. There's also pessaries. Pessaries are one of the oldest documented medical devices with over 10 million devices sold globally per year, which many of you have probably never heard of. They're essentially temporary prosthetics placed inside of the vagina to support pelvic organs, and they come in over 100 different shapes and sizes, fit by trial and error, and haven't advanced in the last 50 years. From published research, 1/3 of women fail pessary fittings, half stop using them within a year or two, and over half develop complications with long-term use. Now, there's surgery in the field. It's been in the news for the last decade with over 100,000 lawsuits due to debilitating complications associated with vaginal mesh. 1 in 5 women get pelvic floor surgery in their lifetime. The most popular surgery now, native tissue repair, has a 50% 5-year recurrence rate. At Cosm, we're developing Gynethotics, the world's first digital gynecology platform that includes diagnostics, AI-driven cloud software, and 3D printing to create patient-specific devices for women's unique bodies and needs. In the last year alone, we've achieved MDSAP certification, Health Canada approval last quarter, FDA clearance just last week, 4 patents to date within 7 families. We've completed 3 clinicals with 4 ongoing currently. Our first clinical study published in the American Urogynecology Society journal demonstrated improved satisfaction, lower symptoms on all patients to date, with every single one preferring their patient-specific gynethotic over their off-the-shelf device. As a business, we are essentially modeling the established billion-dollar markets of customized orthotics, dental, and hearing through a revenue share business model between the manufacturer and the clinician. For Gynethotics at a $500 price point, we project about a $5 billion available market. We'll get into that in a sec, but how does it work? At first, we advance precision in measurement by replacing the clinical standard of finger measurements with either a disposable hand tool or medical imaging, allowing a variety of clinicians to leverage their preference. From there, the measurements are entered into a clinical portal that allows clinicians to design the devices, track how patients are doing, and drive patient engagement. We leverage machine learning to predict the designs, analyze images, and perform remote therapy monitoring. And we provide patients a safe and secure way to access quality educational materials while tracking their progress, really driving towards a data-driven care management platform. We've published science on our AI and our 2 specific use cases around medical image segmentation alongside predicting pessary success, type, and size. For our first approval, Gynethotics pessaries, we have innovated to advance women's pelvic care by advancing the previously available 100 different shapes and sizes to over 10 million variations towards women's unique bodies and needs. From a serviceable, attainable market based upon a bottoms-up model of provider utilization, we estimate about a $620 million market. What my team and I are super excited about is where is Gynethotics going beyond pessaries. We're completing phase 1 of our first study within gynecological recovery, improving healing from whether it's post-surgical or postpartum. We'll be presenting that science at the American Urogynecology Society meeting this fall. We've also started our first animal study in the field of what we call gynecologics wearable and therapeutics. Now, obviously, this is a billion-dollar market opportunity. There's lots of competition in play, and it's indication-specific, whether that's large medtechs, CPGs, other startups, fast followers, or researchers in the field. Beyond our progress and patents, what sets us apart really is our team. I'm really grateful to be leading a women-led leadership team with a variety of experiences from startup to large medtech. A little fun fact, 3 of us worked all at Cosm Medical at different points in our career. One of Canada's largest medical device exits to Boston Scientific for almost $2 billion. We're grateful to be working with an evolving group of providers covering the entire spectrum of clinicians, whether that's surgeons, physical therapists, or nurses. We've secured about $10 million to date, half from investors, half from non-dilutive funders. Our progress wouldn't be possible without them. We have VCs covering US and Canada, alongside doctors from both sides of the border. We have industry investors from North America, Europe, and Asia. We're also extremely capital efficient in that for every investor dollar we've secured grant funding with a couple of the Canadian granting organizations sitting in the room today. Now, we are in the niche of women's health and also pelvic health. Looking at the market in general, it would be beholden of me not to mention some of the great exits that have occurred in the field. If you look at Axonics alone, I would argue they're an example of what's possible in advancing women's pelvic health. Their core 2 indications, stress urinary incontinence and overactive bladder, disproportionately affect women more than men. At Cosm, we are tackling a massive market opportunity at the intersection of aging and women's health. We've gotten our first market approval with demonstrated benefit with world-class technology, including AI and 3D printing. We've cleared our first product. We have a massive product category, an experienced team with great backing. I am currently not actively raising, but I would love some dry powder. We are preparing for our next raise in the next quarter, so I would love to engage in any conversations with anybody that would like to join our village on our mission for personal pelvic health. Thank you very much.